Hello everybody, welcome back to my name is Josh. I sell used junk on eBay. Today is a Wednesday and we got 37 orders going out, although they ordered a lot of things and they checked out in 3 transactions. I'll talk about that in just a second, but things are going really good. Actually, yesterday was kind of slow. Yesterday was my slowest sales day in almost a month, which was right around $250 in sales. Things have been really consistently $300 and above. Yesterday was a little bit lower, but today's looking good. Mostly though, because that buyer finally paid for all that stuff down there. We'll talk about that in a second. What am I working on? Been doing sewing machines a lot this week. Monday, Tuesday, did sewing machines all day, both days. Besides listing a few of these boxes of books that my photographer had done, although I'm done with those now. But she's at the house again working. I think we got 2 boxes of books she's working on, and then we're gonna start working on hats, I believe. Do I remember correctly? I don't know. My wife's there with her and showing her what all we need photographed, because my wife can do photos too. So, yeah. Oh, let's talk about this buyer down here that bought all this stuff. So this buyer came in about 3 weeks ago, and they sent me lots of offers on things. Some of it was stuff I'd had a really long time, and some of it was stuff, though, that I knew would sell anyways that wasn't listed as long. Like, I had 2 DVD lots that they bought, my lots of 85 DVDs that I list for like 20 bucks. They bought 2 of those, but then they also bought some older media. They bought some Hot Wheels that I had listed forever. And this is a repeat buyer. They've bought from me before. They always send offers that are just like slightly lower than what I'm willing to offer, but with shipping and everything, it works out. But this time they took 3 weeks to pay. They kept sending me stories like every week. A lot of times it was like, you don't even want to hear my excuses. I'm sorry, I can't pay yet, but I will on Friday. Friday rolls around, same story again. But they finally paid after about 3 weeks. We got it all sorted out, but it really wasn't that big of a deal. You just wait, they'll pay, and if they don't, they don't. I'll relist stuff. The good stuff will sell anyways. Because honestly, those DVD lots probably needed ended and relisted to kind of jump to the top of the algorithm or whatever. But the rest of the stuff was just kind of some junk. I'll show you it all here in a second. But so it's kind of weird. Let's see. I can't remember what the total was originally. I think it was around like $270, $280. But they had 2 $150 eBay gift cards, and eBay wasn't letting them pay for the whole invoice because there wasn't enough money on one of the cards. So I ended up sending them 2 separate invoices, but then I forgot to put shipping on the second one. So it was free shipping. And then they told me after they paid, and then I sent them I basically made a listing for shipping, like 60 bucks in shipping to cover everything. And then they paid for that. So it ended up being 3 transactions because I took the original transaction, split it in half, but then forgot shipping and had to add that on. They were cool with everything, which they should be. I was cool with them for 3 weeks. They should be cool with me for paying that shipping charge I forgot to add. So it worked out. All in all, I'm happy with it. Slightly annoying that was in the back of my head for 3 weeks, but they paid and I'm happy. So I'm going to show you what's sold because we got a lot of other stuff going out too. Yeah, let's look. Okay, so all this right here is theirs, plus 2 small Lowe's boxes of DVDs that I've already loaded up in the car. We got a lot of CDs here. I believe this is 50 country music CDs. This was the oldest CD lot in my store, so glad to see that go. This is a lot of like 35 electronic CDs. And here's like 50 contemporary Christian CDs. These 2 lots hadn't been listed very long, but still glad to see those go. Over here, some of the stuff have been listed a long time. Here are 3 seasons of 24, and it's seasons like 3, 4, and 5. I should never have listed this. I would not list this nowadays. But yeah, it's sold. Happy with that. We got some random DVDs in here. We got The Last King of Scotland and some other stuff. I've got 4 books by Robert Ludlum. Wouldn't list these nowadays. Now here's a whole bunch of Spider-Girl magazines. There's like 35 Spider-Girl magazines and then 4 Hot Wheels. These are in the protective cases, that's why I'm not so worried about them getting banged up. So I didn't actually list them with the protector cases, I just left them on them so they wouldn't get banged up while in storage. So yeah, that's everything he bought. Also, if you're new to the channel, we have to walk over here about every 5 minutes and trip this light sensor, so let's do that. And then we're gonna try and get through the rest of the stuff fairly quickly without it going off again. All right, on the floor, records. First one sold, this is from that last record buy. On the screen when I did that, when I made that video, I put like $300 for them, but I forgot I'd only listed like half of the records. So the rest of the records weren't listed yet. Ended up being around like $700-800 in records total. So yeah, which I paid $800 for everything that day if I remember correctly. But anyways, ELO's greatest hits. What is that, like Electric Light Orchestra or something? Here's 50 random records. These are not worth listing individually. Glad to see that go because it cleared up some space. Up here, this is stacked crazily, but we'll try and be careful if we can. We got one. This is single encyclopedia book. This is volume number 2 from Champlin's Encyclopedia. I was missing several of these, but I know this set has quite a bit of value, so I decided to piece it out. Listed them about a month ago. That's the first one that sold, so we'll see. Piecing out encyclopedias is usually not a good idea, in my opinion. Here we got one book, Look Homeward Angel by Thomas Wolfe. Put that there gently. CD by Mavi. I like Mavi stuff. It's worth a listen. What is it? Reckless Love or something? I can't remember the song. Anyways, Vivitar, L.A. Brights. This book, I saw this book and I was like, this is going to be worth listening. Turkish Archery and the Composite Bow. That is so niche, or niche, however you want to say it. By Paul Klotenskung. Yeah, got that going out. This is a repeat buyer. Listed a bunch of Rod Parsley audiobooks, and this is the second one they came and bought. They leave positive feedback before they even get it. They're so happy about these. Audio cassette, religious stuff. It doesn't all sell. I'll just say that. But I list it all, and then some of it sells. That's what I do. On the Road Again by Furry Lewis. A Taste of Tradition, Valley View Women's Club Cookbook. Thank you, Tanya, for that. One old PC game. In one of my last videos, I'd mentioned that I had a PC game that had been listed for a couple of years. I was going to get pulled down in January, so I just accepted a little offer on it. This is from that same exact lot. They sold within a couple of days of each other. They'd both been listed over 2 years, so happy to see that go. We don't have very many of those PC games left. There was a ton of them when I got those. PS2 Naruto and Tarzan on Blu-ray. So we got all that going up. Throw that in there. Let's see what we got. Sewing machine part. This one and this one are going to the same buyer. I found that these old, like, parts that have this detail work on them, a lot of people are buying these for actually like craft projects. I found that out from some of my buyers, so I find that interesting. One Christmas cassette. This has the Donut Man on it. So yeah, that sold. I think got like $12 for that little religious kids Christmas cassette. Another sewing machine part. Actually sold one off that model in the last video too. Here's Singer 347. I wrote on this because this was a return. I don't remember why they returned it. So hopefully the cell sticks this time. That's why that was written on, because it wasn't in the bag with the rest of the 347 parts. One cross stitch kit going out. I had a whole bunch of these. Been about 1.5 years ago. I got them going to a garage sale. Picked a whole bunch up for $2 a piece. Sold several of them for like $100, $200. This is just kind of the, I think there's one more left, but getting through the crumbs of that sale finally. One of Vivitar series lens, sewing machine motor, and last but not least, a Boozy Bear. This is a Cinco de Mayo one. These are actually, let's see if I can show you. This is hard one-handed. These are a flask. There's a flask in here called Boozy Bears. We got a little bit of Velcro, hold that. Now we got Cinco de Mayo, we've got Pirates, we got regular ones, and we got St. Patrick's Day. But I got a whole lot of those. If anybody's interested, I'll make you a deal. They're selling kind of slowly, but they are selling. I've been happy with them. Got a whole bunch up here in my top stock. I'm just kind of hanging on to them. They slowly sell. It's been a great buy. But if anybody's interested, we got a whole lot of these Boozy Bears. I'll make you a great deal. But that is it down in this storage unit. Let's go down to the other one and see what's sold down there. All right, we are back in storage unit number 2. First thing we got Satan 6, 1 through 4. These were put out by Tops, I believe back in the 90s. So got those going out. More comics today, looking good. One pair of shoes. These are some Cole Haans that had listed for a while. Did not get much for these. I took a lower offer because honestly I wanted them gone. Old Time Mountain Blues CD. This is stencil arts. These are made by Tupperware. I remember these as a kid. You like kind of tracing them. That's pretty cool. Sweet Sunny South Showtime CD. I think that was the last of the CDs. Oh, also at home, we did have one lot of vacuum tubes go out, but that was the only thing at home. I'll put that up on the screen real quick. Here we got a key, Tulsa, Oklahoma, John Zink. That's for like a furnace or something. One pair of Nike shoes. This is like a chaps knit sweatshirt or sweater, whatever. And a Woolrich wool sweater as well. Oh, last thing. Almost forgot these up here. There's 2 of these sets. I'm only gonna pull one now, but these are old Holly Christmas ornaments. Listed a bunch of vintage Christmas ornaments a while back. Like several months ago, probably like June, July. This is the first ones to sell, but it is a good sign. Got a bunch of, what is it, Shiny Bright? Is that the name? That popular name all the time. So yeah, we got 2 of these Hollies that went out for $20 plus shipping. That is everything today. I'll take you home, show you how to ship something, and then we'll call it a day. So let's go home real quick.